It was the cost of land rising.
In 1984, the Community Land Trust of the Southern Berkshires purchased 21 acres to develop affordable housing for year-round community residents. The development was called Forest Row. Bob Swan formed a worker-owned construction company that designed and built 15 of the 18 units on the site. At Forest Row, residents owned their own homes. The Community Land Trust retained ownership of the land itself, leasing it to homeowners on a 99-year basis, in an arrangement similar to one used in condominium developments.
This opportunity made it possible for them to buy a house. Because when the Community Land Trust purchased this land, it was taken off the speculative market.
Because land costs historically here in the Berkshires, in fact in the whole country, rise much more precipitously than construction costs. I don't know any way of keeping affordability more or less perpetual except not to own the land.
Forest Row was designed to offer first-time homebuyers an opportunity to own their own homes. To help them, the E.F. Schumacher Society turned to a part of the Berkshire community that had not been part of the equation before. They asked the area's population of second homeowners for help.
We crafted a letter to those people saying, those of you with more than one home, would you help people of the Southern Berkshires, working people, get their first home with low-cost financing as in a second mortgage pool? We called the pool the Fund for Affordable Housing.
29 people responded, lending the Fund for Affordable Housing $97,000.
And then I realized that if people could see the project that they invested in, it was suddenly not abstract. They weren't thinking of 7% return. They were thinking of the project, of the people that they met, of the farm they saw, of the products of the farm, of the landscape. It was a different relation. And in seeing it, it didn't appear risky.
Could capital, so long a global commodity that often sapped local economies, become a source of community regeneration? Could investment in local businesses become an opportunity for community service? Susan Witt joined the local branch of an organization that embodied many of the values the Schumacher Society promoted in the economic sphere. Rotary International's mission was to foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise.
We did get several thank yous from scholarship recipients, one including from...
At weekly luncheons like this one in Great Barrington, business and community leaders repeated Rotary's four-way test as a commitment to how they conducted business. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Susan Witt, as a Rotary Club member and then as local club president, began to make a link between those ideals and the reinvention of the local economy sought by the Schumacher Society. The connection began first with food. In part, inspired by the writings of E.F. Schumacher, a new local food economy was growing in the Berkshires. But land costs and lack of access to capital threatened its future. The Schumacher Society sought to help, building on relationships formed at the Rotary.
We discovered that in rural areas, where many small businesses begin in the home as cottage industries, a very small amount of capital will go a very long way in providing new jobs and encouraging local production of goods formerly imported from outside the region. Bob Swan, testimony before the House Select Committee on Hunger.
Our goal was to do productive loans, so loans for new, what Jane Jacobs would call import replacement businesses, businesses that aren't now in the region. How could we, as citizens, encourage those new businesses? How could we create the condition?
But microloans were shunned by most banks as too costly to manage. Bob Swan and Susan Witt approached a local bank with a good record of community reinvestment. They proposed a community investment system for collateralizing small loans to local businesses.
The vice presidents went, nah, too many small loans, too many small deposits, not worth the effort, just a lot of work for us. The bank president was listening to this. He finally sat back, looked at his vice presidents, and said, they're asking us to do exactly what we should be doing as a small bank, and that's making the small loans back into this community.
The Self-Help Association for a Regional Economy, called SHARE for short, was created by the Schumacher Society in 1984. SHARE is a community-based nonprofit that makes affordable microloans to businesses considered high risk by traditional lenders.